The phone rang at 2:47 a.m. I remember the exact time because I was drifting between sleep and that hazy dream state where reality and imagination smear together. But this wasn't part of any dream. The voice on the line was steady, detached, the kind of controlled tone doctors use when the news is bad enough to require it. He told me my daughter's test results were positive for an STD. For a few seconds, the words just ricocheted around my skull without settling. Then my chest tightened, my pulse thudding so hard it felt like it climbed into my throat. "That's not possible," I said. "She's 17. The quiet that followed felt cold and hollow, stretching across the distance between us. When he finally spoke again, his voice was gentle. "I'm sorry, Mr. Lewis. We'll need to discuss treatment options." I didn't hear anything after that. I was already out of bed, tearing off the blankets, fumbling into my jeans, trying to make sense of something that refused to make sense. Beside me, Claire shifted. "What's going on?" she murmured. "It's the hospital," I said, my voice unsteady. "It's about Emily." She woke instantly, pushing herself upright as her hair fell into her eyes. "What happened? Is she all right?" "She's sick," I said, barely holding myself together. "We have to go." The drive blurred into darkness. Everything beyond the reach of the headlights felt like it had disappeared. Claire kept firing questions, sharper, louder, but I couldn't form a single answer. One thought kept circling my head, over and over. My daughter. My little girl. Carrying something that never should have touched her life. When we reached the hospital, Emily was curled on the bed, knees pulled tight to her chest, eyes red and swollen. She looked impossibly small. When she noticed us, she turned away. "Sweetheart," Claire whispered, rushing to her side. "What happened?" Emily shook her head, tears spilling uncontrollably. "I'm sorry," she sobbed. "I didn't know. I didn't know." I stood there helpless, my hands dead weight at my sides. "Didn't know what?" I asked. The doctor returned then, speaking in a soft, cautious tone, as if even the air might shatter. "She said it was someone she's been seeing for a few months," he explained. "An adult." The words slammed into me. "An adult? Who?" Claire asked, her voice cracking. Emily's chin quivered. She lifted her face, blotchy, trembling, and whispered, "I can't." "Tell us," I said, my voice shaking. When she finally spoke the name, it didn't register at first. It felt too familiar, too close. "Eric." Everything inside me froze. "Eric who?" Her eyes flicked toward me, then dropped. "Mom's friend," she said quietly. Claire went rigid. Her face lost all color. "No," she breathed, shaking her head. But Emily only cried harder. "Eric Miller." The room tilted. Eric Miller, our neighbor, my coworker, the guy who sat in my kitchen every other Friday drinking beer and unloading stories about his divorce. I turned to Claire, searching her face, but she wouldn't meet my eyes. Her shoulders trembled, her stare fixed on the floor. That's when the truth hit, sharp and merciless. "You knew," I said. Her head snapped up, her eyes filled with tears. In that instant, everything we had built split wide open. "Mark, I swear I didn't," she cried. "You knew," I repeated, louder. "You've been sleeping with him, haven't you?" Her silence answered for her. My vision blurred. My heart hammered so hard it hurt. "Mark, please," she whispered. "It was before anything happened with Emily. I didn't think." "You didn't think?" I stepped back, shaking. "You didn't think the man you were sleeping with might go after your own daughter?" Emily sobbed harder, burying her face in her hands. Claire reached toward her, but Emily recoiled like her touch was fire. "I didn't know," Claire choked out. "It ended months ago. I swear I never." I couldn't listen anymore. I left before the walls closed in on me. Outside, the night air sliced through me like broken glass. I leaned against the cold brick, trying to breathe. I wanted to scream, to hit something, to drown the agony somehow, but all I could see was Emily's broken expression and Claire's guilt-ridden one. When I finally returned, the doctor was finishing paperwork. Claire sat beside Emily, her hand close but not touching. Between them hung the wreckage of everything that had just collapsed. "Where is he?" I asked. Claire looked up, hesitating. Eric, he's probably home. I didn't reply. I just walked out. His house was dark, except for a dim light glowing in the kitchen. I didn't knock. When he opened the door in a t-shirt, barefoot and startled, his face shifted instantly to fear. Mark, what? My fist hit him before he could finish. He stumbled as blood smeared his mouth. You touched her, I said, my voice shaking. You touched my daughter. He raised his hands, trembling. Mark, I didn't know she was yours. She told me she was 18. Don't lie, I snarled. Tears streamed down his face. I messed up. I'm sorry, man. Please. I hit him again. And again. I don't know for how long. Only that when I stopped, he was still alive, barely, and I felt nothing. No rage. No satisfaction. Just emptiness. When the police arrived, I was sitting on the curb, hands stained with blood, shaking. They asked what happened. I told them exactly what I did. In the weeks that followed, everything unraveled. Investigations. Court dates. Neighborhood gossip. Eric was taken into custody. Claire moved out. Emily wouldn't speak to either of us. But late at night, when the house falls silent, I still hear her voice, small and shattered. I didn't know. And maybe that's what destroys me the most. Because in the end, neither did I.